Hi, I'm Dom, and I'm glad that you found my channel. I'm still quite new on YouTube, so thank you very much for likes, comments and subscriptions. Today we're gonna be talking about the Samyang Lens Station. And I won't waste too much of your time and try to go into detail only as far as it makes sense. I bought the Samyang RF 85 1.4 because of the good reviews and a generally good price-performance ratio. Since I often had problems with the focus and cheaper lenses, I decided to buy the matching lens station here with the lens. So now quickly unboxed, I know that's not an unboxing video here, and connected to the Mac. The execution went as usual, not quite problem-free, as when developers don't really feel like dealing with programming for MacOS. And of course the software has no valid certificate and needs to be allowed specifically in the security settings of macOS. So you have to trust them then, well. Said and done, started and oops, firmware version is 1 on the lens. So this is the very first version from the middle of 2020. Was the lens stored for so long in some Southeast Asian warehouse? And why did they not ship it with a newer version? I mean, for real, Samyang? Okay, but why is that not really all too well? Well, that's because the lens only works with the IBIS in the in-body image stabilization on the Canon EOS R5 and R6 since version 3. Well, lucky me, I bought this lens station right away, because I did not know that. So then, running a quick firmware update, done. That was actually relatively easy. The next feature, for which I bought this thing for in the first place, the focus. Of course, I've already tested the lens out of the box and the focus sits perfectly. So there was nothing to do really, besides updating the firmware, however the box was there now. So I'm a nerd here, so I had to play around with it. By the way, you can also influence the reaction speed of the manual focus ring, but the default fits very well for me. The sliders were all a bit not quite aligned with the marks in the application. Well, anyway, first build a small, quite short sleeve test setup and move the sliders to the extreme. Test photos, other extreme, more test photos. Only that nothing happened. Now, at 85mm it's not that easy to always hit exactly the same point with the autofocus. The camera does move a bit when you are constantly screwing the lens off and on. But other than that, there is nothing to see at all. So, a new steeper angle. Chromatic aberrations that make you green and purple, but again, nothing on the focus side of things. Slowly I became uncertain. Is the camera correcting? No, that can't be. Or can it? Really, can it? I mean, drop me a comment if it does, and this was all pointless here, but I think it can't. Further series of tests, which I will spare you now, same result, no change of the focus point. What a luck that I tried to make the perfect focus worse and not vice versa, huh? So I put it in the next corner for the time being. Of course, this couldn't be ignored by my brain. Considering the Mac version looked a bit fiddly, I booted up my Windows 10 desktop and installed the Windows version of the software. It looks the same on Windows as it does on the Mac, so I didn't record a video here. The sliders look, shall we say, more correct. They now align with the marks on the scale, and now the display on the info page actually changes when a setting is applied. Yay! Was that it? Bad software? In the test picture series, however, well, With the inf setting completely left, the camera refused to accept the lens due to an unspecified error, but otherwise there were no dropouts. So something seems to be changing, just what is? Not really clear to me. Now in the end, a few pictures in direct comparison, maybe you can see a difference. And that's it, as promised. That was fast. I will surely publish a small review on the lens itself soon. There are already enough reviews out there, but I have already noticed a few things that I have not yet heard or seen any I watched. But I'll talk about that in the corresponding video and wrap it up here. So as always, thanks for watching, liking, commenting and subscribing, and see you next time!